How's it going, everyone? Today I have a brand new Lorcana deck for you guys. Today we are taking a look at a Sapphire Steel list. Now I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with Sapphire Steel and how it's currently rising up in the Lorcana meta, and this is kind of my take on it. It's a pretty traditional Sapphire Steel deck, as you can see. We have all of the main essential cards, however my little twist on this is that I have included Goofy Knight for a day. 4 copies of him, in fact. He is a 9 cost inkable steel card with 10 attack, 10 defense, and 4 lore. So he's just kind of a big beefy card and is obviously going to be the main source of removal, and that's kind of what we're playing around with in this deck. We have pretty standard, a ton of card draw, Cogsworth to protect our characters, a bunch of tools of soft removal and stuff like that, and in the late game we can throw down some pretty heavy goofies to kind of tank removal, and then we'll have other finishers like Cinderella, Tinkerbell, Hades, and Tamatoa that can kind of close the game out. Belle as well. All these characters can close the game out. Meanwhile, everyone is focused on Goofy and using their hard removal on him. So without further ado, let's hop into a game and see how this deck actually performs. Alrighty, here we are in our first game going up against Ruby Amethyst. The king of the meta should do a lot of work against Goofy, which is okay. So here we did draw a Hiram and Cinderella. I think I'm going to keep them two and just throw back our other 5 cards to hopefully draw some better stuff. Grab your sword, Belle, Strange but Special, Beast, Cogsworth, and Noi. Okay, so not the best opening hand. I think here we can pretty comfortably ink probably Belle, I think, is our best choice to ink, because turn 2 we can throw down Cinderella unless we draw a Popsicle or Fishbone Quill. And then turn 3, I don't know, we really need that Fishbone Quill. Okay, we did draw into the Fishbone Quill, which is really good, so I think here we ink Cogsworth. I don't know, it's I think we ink Cinderella actually, just because we don't have the shift. Then we can throw down Noi, because next turn, by the time Noi starts questing, we will have the Fishbone Quill. So that's sort of our game plan here. Turn 3 we will drop the Fishbone Quill, and then turn 4 we'll have Hiram down, or Beast Tragic Hero, depending if we ink or not. Okay, we did draw into a second Beast, so we'll quest with Noi, and then here I don't know if I want to ink Beast or Cogsworth. I think because I have 2 Beasts, inking one of them isn't going to be a big deal. And then we can throw down Fishbone Quill, and because we're playing against a control deck, I think it's fine to ink Grab Your Sword here, so that way next turn we can get down a Beast. I wouldn't have inked with Fishbone Quill if we had a Popsicle, because then turn 4 we could just play Hiram, but I really want to get that Beast down on turn 4 because we don't have a draw engine online yet. Okay, so they are going to kill our Noi here by bouncing back our Olaf. I'm okay with that, to be honest. It doesn't bother me all too much. So we did draw another Cogsworth. We will ink one of them and throw down a Beast, and we're not going to ink anything with Fishbone Quill just yet because we don't have enough cards. Once we start drawing a lot with Beast and Hiram, then we'll start thinking about getting rid of our Fishbone Quill and inking with it more. So they did only drop a Maleficent. I'm okay with that. We drew a Goofy Knight for a day. I think we're going to drop one of our Cogsworths down, actually. And we're not going to quest with Beast, but it is nice that he has Resist now. And we could ink our other Cogsworth, but I'm not going to. I don't really have a purpose to get the 7 ink next turn. Again, I just want to keep drawing cards with Beast, and I don't really want to ink cards that are super valuable. Like if we get like a Noi or something, or a Cinderella, a small Cinderella this late in the game, I'm okay with just throwing them to the Quill. But as of right now, we just want to keep drawing cards, and I think okay, we got a Judy Hopps and another Quill. So since we have 2 Quills, I think we should drop a Hiram to get rid of this one to draw 2 cards. So there we go, we drew a Popsicle. I think here we drop our Popsicle down and we draw our card off of that. And then we could quest with Cogsworth, which honestly I'd be okay with because they'd have to trade in a lot of stuff. So I think here we quest with Cogsworth. And we could quest with Beast too, I think. At this point, we have a draw engine online with Hiram, so if Beast dies, I'm not too worried about it at all. Because I kind of want to stop them from getting a bunch of lore. Because Cogsworth does 2 damage, Beast does 3, so their board isn't really in a state to trade in. Granted, they could have Maui down at this point, which I am worried about. Maui or Lady Tremaine would be very devastating for me here. Which they'll likely have one of. And we can also get Goofy Knight for a day down. He is probably the worst in this Ruby Amethyst matchup, but you know, that's okay. Okay, yeah, so Madam Mim Fox does go down there. Our Beast is now going to be super buff with 7 damage on our turn. Minnie Mouse Stylish Surfer comes down, so we really need to draw into a Smash to get rid of her. That's really our only counter. I'm not running the Cruella de Vil, just because she's really only good at getting rid of the minis, and honestly it's just a little too specific for me to want to include her in my deck. Okay, so we drew Let It Go. I think first things first, we draw some more cards with Hiram. Get rid of our Popsicle. And we drew Grab Your Swords and another Hiram. I think here singing Grab Your Swords with Beast or Cogsworth is probably the best thing to do. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna sing Grab Your Sword. Get rid of all of them. And then we'll kill the goat with our Cogsworth because he can survive that. They get up to 9 lore, and now I think we have 7 to work with here. I think we ink Let It Go, play Fishbone Quill, and ink Hiram to get up to 9. And then we can play our second Cogsworth. There we go. So now everything on the board has resist, and Beast and Hiram both have resist +2, which is quite strong. And I'm really expecting a Be Prepared to come down here. Okay, no, they dropped the Sorcerer's Spellbook, so we have at least one other turn until Be Prepared comes, and it looks like they're just gonna race lore. Interesting. Okay. So here we're just gonna quest, and we will get rid of our Quill here, I think, to draw some more cards. Yeah, so we drew a Popsicle and a Benja. We will throw down our Popsicle to draw a card, and then we'll throw down our Benja 2 to get rid of their Spellbook. And we're just gonna save these heavy hitters because I am expecting a Be Prepared to come down still, and I kind of want that to happen before I actually throw down my really valuable cards. Because like a Beast Tragic Hero after Be Prepared would be great, and if we could throw down something else to protect him from Lady Tremaine, that would be really powerful as well. So here they really do need the board wipe to stop me from winning. That's pretty much what we've made them decide. It's Be Prepared or lose the game at this point, and they will only be able to get up to 14 lore. Because we have 2 warded characters on board, like even if they drop 2 Lady Tremaines, we'd still be fine and completely destroying the game. Maui won't be able to do enough. We've kind of just won, so if they don't have Be Prepared here, they are going to have to concede. Yep, they said well played. That probably means they don't have the Be Prepared, and they just concede. So there we go. That is game number 1, a victory against Ruby Amethyst. So let's hop into another game. Alrighty, here we are in our next game. We are going against Amber Ruby, probably a Mufasa deck, so we can expect them to be pretty aggressive here, and we're going to be thinking about that for sure in our mulligan. I really don't like this opening hand at all. I think we're going to throw everything back except Noi, honestly, because I need something to play in the early game. Benja could be kind of useful if they have Lantern. Okay, we got Fishbone into Hiram, into Beast, and to Tinkerbell. So this is a very solid opening hand, I'd say. I think we're going to Ink Judy turn 1, Noi turn 2, Popsicle turn 3, Beast turn 5, and then Tinkerbell, and we'll have We'll have Hiram somewhere in there too as well. We have options. They didn't play anything turn 1, which is really good. It's what we like to see. If they drop Mother Gothel, I have no issue trading my Noi in for that. We're gonna Ink Judy Hops. Throw down our Noi. They could use Teeth and Ambitions to kill my Noi, but that wouldn't necessarily be the smartest play on their part, I don't think. They go down a Dock. And they don't quest with Rapunzel, which is probably the smart thing to do. Because we have 3 beasts in our hand, it kind of pains me, but I think we do just need to ink one of them. Then we need to throw down Fishbone Quill. I'm comfortable questing with Noi now, even though she will probably die next turn, and I think we ink... Oh man, I really don't like inking 2 beasts this early, but I think it's just what we have to do, and then we can throw down Popsicle and draw a Grab Your Sword. Okay, perfect. Perfect, so we have Grab Your Sword as an option now, and next turn I think we want to try and get Beast down, and then the following turn after that we can sing Grab Your Sword and drop Tinkerbell to wipe their board. Okay, so Namari does come down, which I am quite worried about because she can just kind of take out Beast. Honestly, something I'd be really interested in is throwing Sardine Can into this list to give our characters ward while they are exerted. I think that's actually a pretty underrated ability. Okay, so here we're gonna drop a Popsicle. I don't think we're gonna get Beast out this turn. We will ink... I'm not gonna ink our last Beast, I really can't do that. I think we ink the wheel. I don't need it necessarily, and then we will drop Hiram and draw some more cards from Popsicle. 2 Cinderellas. Okay, we will ink one of them and pass. So I'm actually pretty happy if Hiram dies to Namari. That's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. I think we can expect them to play Mufasa this turn. Namari does quest for 1, so they can just kind of keep her safe on the board. Beast is down now. Hiram is not exerted, however. Or sorry, did I say Beast? I meant Maui. Maui is down, and they're just gonna quest with Namari, which is honestly okay. So here we could actually get rid of the threat of Namari, which is honestly something that I'm considering doing pretty heavily. I think we ink Cinderella. I think that's a no-brainer. I think here, yeah, we're not drawing a lot of cards as a disadvantage of it, but getting rid of Namari I think is just essential here. And then we'll pass. So that means next turn we can throw down Tinkerbell to finish Doc off. Or something like that. Expecting Hades to come down, that's okay. They're gonna get back Mother Gothel, interesting, so they must have a Rapunzel in hand. No, they just drew back Mother Gothel to ink her. Okay, interesting. So here now what I'm gonna do is throw down Beast now that he is safe from Namari. And we are simply going to pass, I think. So next turn we can wipe their board with Tinkerbell and Grab Your Swords. Or, depending on what they do, we can always just play Hiram and draw some more cards. So we have options next turn, which is good. They do throw down Lady Tremaine, which is going to kill our Beast and be really bad for us, actually. Alright, yeah, so here they're just going to quest with Hades as well in ink, and they could throw down a 1-drop. They're not going to, however. Okay. So here, drawing cards is a viable option, but I just kind of want to take out their dock so they can't get those 2 lore next turn, and if Tinkerbell dies to removal, then she dies to removal, you know, it's whatever. And now next turn we will have Tinkerbell as a big offensive threat. She could easily swing into either Lady Tremaine or Hades and take out Maui from that. And we also have Hiram to draw cards. They drop Queen of Hearts, who has Rush, Namari, and that is all. Okay. So this turn we have a lot of options on what to do here. I think that we should attack with Tinkerbell and also hardcast grab your swords. So we do this into Namari. And then now grab your swords just wipes the board. Boom, there we go. And now we could still ink Noi and play Hiram to draw cards off of our Popsicle. And they only have one card in hand, and we have a draw engine online in the form of Hiram. And now Tamatoa is back, so we have the Tamatoa Hiram engine online. Okay, it was a pretty rough start to the game, I'm not gonna lie. But we are back in it now. The two minis are definitely gonna be rough for us. Dealing with them is going to be challenging. We are going to ink our Fishbone Quill though. Play Tamatoa. Get back a Popsicle. Throw down Popsicle. Draw a card. Get the bell. Ink the bell using Fishbone Quill, and then sing a whole new world with Tinkerbell. Just so we can draw the smash, which is what I really need here. And we can draw another card with Popsicle, which is a Fishbone Quill, and then we can quest with Hiram to get rid of a Popsicle to draw two cards. Because right now we are really fishing for smash is what we're doing. And then I think we get rid of this Popsicle to heal Tinkerbell up, so that way she doesn't die next turn. And we will pass. Okay, so I think that was a really solid turn, and now we have so many options on what to do. They do throw down a Mufasa and probably a 2-cost character as well. Yep, Stitch New Dog and another Stitch New Dog. Okay, and then they're just gonna quest with both minis. So we are in a really sticky situation here, actually. However, we did draw Grab Your Swords, which is really good. One of the best possible draws we could get off of this. What do we do here? I think first we ink with the Quill to get rid of Benja. Then we get rid of the Quill using Hiram to draw some more cards. And we did draw another smash, which is really good. So we are going to have to smash both of their Minnie Mouses and use Grab Your Swords. Which is not ideal, but it's whatever. We'll sing Grab Your Swords with Tink. Then we'll drop the Quill. And we can still ink this Cinderella. And we can quest with Tamatoa to get back a Popsicle. And we can throw down our Popsicle to draw another card, which is another Tinkerbell, which is more removal, which is good. And we could throw down either Judy Hopps or Noi. I think we throw down Noi for questing power. And we're not quite at lethal, unfortunately, but we are in a much better spot than we were before. How much lore can we get next turn? 2, we can get up to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, my apologies, but our opponent did throw down another Mufasa and is at 19 currently, so we're going to have a lot to deal with this turn. First things first, I think we hardcast Smash on this Mufasa, because we need to see what they roll out on both Mufasas. That's the most important thing. So they drew a Minnie Mouse, which is probably going to be game here, to be honest. So now we take this Mufasa out. They roll another card. Stitch Rockstar. Okay, good thing he comes into play exerted. We get to deal 2 damage to Minnie Mouse. And then we can hard play another Tinkerbell to take out that Minnie Mouse. And we are going to have to use our Tamatoa to kill Stitch instead of Quest, unfortunately. That's okay though. Then I think we ink Hiram here and we cast down a Cogsworth. And then we quest with Noi. And I could quest with Hiram. However, I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. How many smashes do I have in my discard? I have 3 smashes in my discard and 3 grab your sword. So I only have 1 of each of those left. However, I do have a lot of A Whole New Worlds still in there. So that is important to know. And I think we just get rid of the Popsicle to draw some more cards. So, okay, yeah, we drew Let It Go, which I really needed, so I'm glad we did that, and we're just gonna pass to our opponent now. Okay, my apologies about that once again, but now here we are trying to figure out if we can get lethal this turn. We can get up to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think we're good to go for lethal here, right? Am I wrong? We're at plus 11 here. Yeah, so I think we're at lethal, and even if we weren't, we could easily let it go their Mufasa, or we could, I think we let it go their Mufasa, they play another card, and they'll be exerted, so then we can swing in with Tinkerbell to kill the Hades. In fact, I think we might just do that anyways, just for fun, just to show you guys, because we do know we're at lethal, but... Oh, the Mufasa just gets inked, actually. Okay, never mind. I forget, he doesn't actually get banished. So no, we're gonna cancel Hiram's ability. We should be at 12 now. So 16, yeah, we are at lethal indeed. And that is game. There you go. That was a really intense game. The Mufasa deck does work pretty well against this one. You do need to get a lot of momentum for this deck to work, but when you get everything down, it's just absolutely devastating, as you could see in my last game there. But let's hop into another match. Alright, here we are against Emerald Ruby, which is an interesting color combination, one you definitely don't see first. I'm afraid it's going to be an aggro evasive deck, so we're actually going to keep Grab Your Sword and Smash, and then we'll throw back everything else except Hiram. I don't need 2 copies of Grab Your Sword, I don't think. I think that's just going to be pretty useless. And we do have the Fishbone Quill, so very nice. We will ink Cogsworth here. I probably should have inked Cinderella, but that's okay. We could always draw in a Cinderella next turn, which would set up a very devastating shift on turn 4 or 5, depending on if we ink with Quill or not. So they do ink a Jasper and are going to throw down a Flynn Rider. 1-3, I'm okay with that. We're going to ink Hiram now. We got the Noi into Fishbone Quill combo, which is a very, very good one. One that I definitely like. Obviously, Popsicle I think is a little better for Noi, especially if you're going into Hiram, but Fishbone Quill works equally as well. I just need to draw a card that I can really ink with Fishbone Quill, because, I mean, like, I could get rid of Cinderella, but it's not something I necessarily want to do. So here they follow up with another Flynn Rider. Definitely looks like we're going to be wanting to cast Grab Your Sword next turn, or on as soon as we can, pretty much. So we will ink Cinderella, and we're going to drop Fishbone Quill, which we will use to ink Hiram, I think, is the play here. I don't necessarily want to get rid of my Hiram, but I think we're going to have to. And then we will swing in with Noi and pass. So this means next turn we can cast our Tinkerbell Giant Fairy. And the reason we swung in with Noi there is just so that way he will die to Grab Your Swords when that time comes to cast it. However, before we do the Tinkerbell combo, we definitely want them to play out most of their hand, and they just haven't done that yet. So yeah, Minnie Mouse Stylish Surfer, I think using Smash on her is a pretty smart decision, because it'll make them think that we've used most of our removal when we have not used most of our removal. But honestly, just because I want to play Beast, we're going to Ink Smash, I think. Ink Smash, play Beast, and quest with Noi, and then pass. So next turn we have the combo lined up of Tinkerbell plus Grab Your Sword. So we definitely want them to dump out more of the hand. If they ink another card and play another card, they'll still have 3 cards left in hand, but it might be okay. Yeah, there comes down Tinkerbell. I might give it one more turn. I don't know. I'm definitely tempting fate here at this point. They will get really close to lethal if I let them go for another turn. So Simply because of that, I think we do have to do the Tinkerbell grab your sword combo here to wipe their board out. So everything's going to take 1 damage, and then we will sing grab your sword with Beast and quest with Noi. Because even though, yes, they have 3 cards in hand left, I think having a good board state is just really important. And even if they put down like a Ray next turn or something, which is what I'm really afraid of, is a Ray, which is probably what's going to come down here. Or actually a Maui, so he's going to take out our Beast. Interesting. Not the play I was expecting by any means, but I'm not totally against that. I think here we drop Cogsworth. So Tinkerbell does have resist +2 now, so... Oh no, Noi has resist +2. Tinkerbell has resist +1. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, we could trade Tinkerbell for Maui. I think we're just gonna quest with Noi. And then we will pass. And we'll see what happens. Maui will probably take out our Noi. I am okay with that though. Because that means Tinkerbell will be vulnerable and we can put 2 damage on whatever character they decide to throw down this turn. The Enchantress. Okay, yeah, so this is actually perfect for us and Minnie Mouse. So we're gonna let Minnie Mouse go for now. I did not mean to quest with Tinkerbell. That is a huge mistake on my part. Okay, that is actually really bad for me. Oops. Yeah, what I meant to do is swing in with Tinkerbell. She would have died and then killed the Enchantress, and it would have been a 2-for-1, but now the Enchantress is going to get that quest off, which is not something that I want. Because every bit of lore matters in this race. Yeah, that was really foolish on my part. I did not mean to do that. I would have quested with Cogsworth too, so he'd be at the same amount of lore and everything would just be better. At least Maui's dead now though, and if the Enchantress quests, we can easily take her out with Cinderella or Cogsworth. Minnie Mouse is still a threat though, and I'm scared that they will throw down a Ray or something like that. We definitely need a draw engine online. Drawing either a Beast Tragic Hero or a Hiram would be really important here, just so we can have card advantage over them. Because if we can draw Hades and let it go in cards like those, I am going to be pretty happy. We could see a Genie come down here. John Silver. Okay, so John Silver is probably going to give Cogsworth Reckless. I would expect... I don't know, I think he gave someone Reckless. He gave Cinderella Reckless. Okay, I am totally fine with that. Here, I think we actually sing Grab Your Sword with Cogsworth. And then now that we've done that, Cinderella can take out John Silver. And then we can pass. So they are still winning the lore race, however, not by a lot. Again, we really need a piece of removal to get rid of Minnie Mouse here, and whatever they throw on the board this turn. Cheshire Cat, okay. Not the best, not the worst either. We will quest out. So they are going to get to 19 next turn. Are we at lethal? We don't want to do his ability. 2 plus 3 plus 2 brings us to 7. So yeah, we are at lethal, so they are going to have to kill something on our board if they want to keep the game going. Because they will only get to 19 and we will get to 20. They did draw a Ray, which is not good enough to stop us. And even against the sneaky evasive deck, this deck still performs very well. As you can see, there we are, 20 to 19. Yet again, some really close matches today. But I don't know, what do you guys think of this deck? Do you think having Goofy in this deck is useful? I know he's really hard to get down, but honestly, even just having him as a card to ink isn't really that big of a deal. And he is pretty good in the Sapphire Steel mirror match, because it's really hard to deal with a Goofy unless you have either a Hades or Let It Go, and then in that case you could even run like 2 copies of Sardine Can in this deck, which is really good at helping Goofy finish out the late game, and in the mirror match he definitely works pretty well. But let me know, what do you guys think of this deck? Be sure to tell me in the comments, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.